It's a lifestyle, it's a culture, it's a way of life. Generation of young artists and young entrepreneurs coming together.
That was some dope shit, like for real. It's just an inspirational movement, a vehicle that's driving everybody that's around it.
It's like this beautiful connection of artists that basically just blossom and form this organization, which has became this great company.
It's a graphic t-shirt company. It's dope. It's exclusive. It's a sawed-off shotgun pointing right at your grill. Plush 357. I'm Corey Davis. I'm from Ohio. I make art, I do music, and I also own a company called Plush 357. I never really decided to design t-shirts. I kind of like sketched them out in high school and stuff, and like, I don't know, I was fascinated with like designing shoes, but I never wanted to be a designer. I just kind of did it for fun. And then my freshman year at college, I met this group of kids called the Focus Group. They were all seniors, and they were like graphic designers, artists, screen printers. It was just a whole group, like a collaborative effort, and they were like extra motivated and determined just to do something great. So that was really inspiring, and they're actually the ones who taught me how to screen print, and they taught me a lot of stuff graphically. So that's when I decided to do t-shirts. I had this friend named Joseph Orzal, and we decided to do this art show called The Commodification of Revolution. And with this, like, we were really like obsessed with everything being like commodities and like mass produced and like taking away the hand and just really about perfection. So we decided to do a line of shirts to go along with the art. So we were sitting around one night just tossing around words and stuff. And he was really stuck on 357, like, I don't know what it was about it. He was just like, it's gotta be 357, man. So I really wanted to find something to contradict that, because I'm like, 357, that's just so raw. Like, I don't want to scare people off. So I was trying to think of something like, you know, soft and friendly. And I thought of a teddy bear, so that's where Plush came from. And then we had Plush 357. When we first started Plush, it was like really hard, because like we never intended on it to be like a real business. We just kind of did it for our friends and for ourselves. Like, we just wanted fresh clothes and like crazy color schemes to go with our shoes and stuff that nobody was making. So we started doing that, and then after a while, people in Atlanta started catching on to it and like asking about it and stuff. So I was like, Joe, it's time we take this to more of a professional level. And he wasn't interested in that at all. He was just trying to do it for fun. So it was at that moment where he pulled out, but I kept going. And at first, we were sponsoring everything out of pocket, me and some other friends. And I even put a few things on credit card, almost ruined my credit. And then, so he's like, man, this is not working, because we get $100 here, $500 here, or whatever, but it just wasn't enough to keep it working. So then it was like, time to find an investor. So we came up with the proposal and everything, and we started pitching it to all these people. We trying to think of everybody who's rich, like who's rich, calling family members and stuff. And like, people liked it, but they weren't really interested, And then that's when we ran into Malachi. And really, it's just about finding somebody who believes in you. It's just, you gotta sell them. You gotta sell yourself. So we sat down, we had to meet with Malachi, and he was interested, and it went from there. The most important thing with marketing your company will have to be presentation and consistency. Like, if you're gonna be good at it, like every time it has to progressively get better. So like what worked for us really was our packaging and the way we presented ourselves, our catalogs and everything. We just found a different way to do it. Something that would catch people's eyes, and more importantly, something that would stick. And you definitely had to have a good product or people aren't gonna be interested. We also got on through word of mouth. Like, we had a huge internet buzz like when we first got started, and it was mainly like from the photo shoots and concepts we had and the stuff we were putting online. But then we also took like a guerrilla marketing approach and started hitting the streets up with stickers and posters and everything, just with images that would get stuck in people's minds, and eventually people start seeing it all around the city, and eventually they start connecting it all together. I'm definitely surprised how big it became. Like, originally, like, we had this stupid idea, like, oh, let's just keep it exclusive and it just be available in certain boutiques and stuff. And a lot of kids are taking that route, and really, y'all need to all get out that mind frame, because there's no money there. Like, that's a small pot, and there's a whole big world outside of that that's going on. So you really need to focus on the large scale of things. The advantage we have over most t-shirt companies is that we're all artists and we're all screen printers. So since the very beginning, we were screen printing everything ourselves. All we had to pay for was t-shirts. But we was using a traditional way. We was using the traditional method of screen printing that is usually used for art, that's used for poster making and stuff like that. And actually, we would have to like sneak into class late at night. You know how it is, like colleges don't really want you abusing the facility or whatever. So we would just go in late at night and act like we were printing posters, but we really be printing t-shirts all night. And then we got caught, and then it was like, okay, you guys can't do this anymore. So then we were printing it like out of the back of my house and like rinsing screens out the shower, ruined my tub and everything. And then actually another one of my mentors, this guy Ray Mapp from North Carolina, he was moving to Atlanta and he had a whole screen printing facility, 6-color bench and a dryer and everything, and he didn't have anything to do with it, so he actually donated it to us, and that was the greatest thing ever. Slap it, load it, flood it. Dry it. Ooh. Fold it. Sell it. We try to do like a party or some type of special event once a month at the store, but we also have a party called Broken Bougie that we do every month. We're also putting together this really big music conference in Atlanta called Atlanta Indie Music Fest. It's actually the first independent music festival, and it's gonna be an all-day event. We got different acts like Proton, Hollywood, Donis. We also bringing down Kids in the Hall from Chicago. I'm also working on 2 books, a children's book called Sparkling Princess of Diamond Water. It's gonna be for little girls. And then a graphic novel.
Here at Plush, we're not just a bunch of self-concealed individuals. We like to get out and reach out to the community and the youth that surrounds us. Recently, we just had an event called Homage where we paid honor into the 2008 presidential election. This is our shirt that we actually had out that day. It has a picture of Obama right there. Change is very important, of course. During the event, it was basically like fashion meet politics. We even throw it in some free ice cream for whoever came out and registered to vote. It was really important, this event, for the youth of the community, I think, because it is something that we need out here in the world today.
Obama. To all you young entrepreneurs out there, just got 3 things for you. That's stay focused, make somebody believe in you, and never give up. Plush 57.